Welcome back, my dear friends, to the 128th solo episode of Living Without Fear. I'm Esther Buerki, your host from Switzerland, and I'm so grateful that you're here with me today, listening with an open heart. You know, I always want to share with you my most personal stories, the ones that don't always look shiny on the surface, but carry within them the deepest lessons. Because I truly believe that when we open up about our own struggles, we give others permission to be real too. Today, I want to open my heart again and tell you a story about my father. It is a story about change, about hope, and about love that sometimes hides under layers of pain, but that can still find its way back, even when we think it's gone forever. When my mom passed away in February this year, my father changed in a way that broke my heart. He became negative, bitter, and sometimes very mean to me. People around me told me, "This is dementia. This is what happens. You shouldn't expect things to get better." Nobody told me that there might be still hope. Nobody said he could change again. And so I was devastated. For weeks, I called him every single day. I wanted to make sure he felt he was not alone. For weeks, I drove 1 hour each way to visit him at the elderly home, and yet every visit seemed to make me feel worse. Instead of welcoming me, he accused me of not loving him. He told me I wasn't kind to him, that I wasn't enough. Those words pierced me deeply, because in the last years, we had built such a beautiful closeness, a closeness I never thought we could reach. You see, in the past, my father was a very severe man. When I was a teenager and later a young woman, he didn't show appreciation for the things I did. He couldn't tell me he loved me. Back then, I thought he simply didn't care. But later, when I read his memoirs, the ones he entrusted to me, I finally understood. In those pages, he shared the loneliness of his own childhood, how little love he had received from his parents. And suddenly it became clear he loved me the only way he knew how. For him, love meant, I give you something and you give me back the same amount. That was his way of measuring. It wasn't tenderness or words of affection, but in his own way, he did love me. He simply couldn't do it differently. In the last few years, though, something shifted between us. Our relationship began to bloom. I started to adore my father, to see him not only as the stern man of my childhood, but as someone who shared so much with me. We discovered our common love for art, for books, for languages. I remember when I was in Paris, he suddenly started learning French. At the time, I felt like he was stealing my language. Later, he improved his English as well, and today I realize he was not stealing anything. He was trying to come closer to me. That was his way of saying, I want to be part of your world. And over the last months, this connection became even stronger when we began clearing the family house. My father has hundreds and hundreds of books, treasures from his lifelong curiosity. We carried them to his room in the elderly home, and soon I had to order 2 or more shelves for him. Each visit, I handed him book after book, reading the titles aloud, watching his eyes light up with recognition. And suddenly I saw his world of books was also my world. He had read the philosophers I once studied, the thinkers who shaped my mind. In those moments, side by side, deciding which books to keep, I felt a closeness I had never known before. Then something miraculous happened. About 2 months ago, he began reading again. He picked up the books he had always planned to read someday, and this time he didn't just collect them, he opened them. Slowly he changed. His mind grew sharper, his words kinder. He began to notice the good things around him. He spoke positively about the people in the elderly home. And when we walk together now, he smiles broadly at the other residents, especially at the ladies. For me, this change feels like a resurrection. Yesterday, he surprised me by mentioning a gift I had given him nearly 40 years ago, a journal with blank pages. Inside, I had written a note. I know you like writing. You didn't become an author. You became a mathematician and much more. But you could still write here. It doesn't have to be your memoirs. It can be something smaller. Even then, as a young woman, I felt his secret longing to be an author, and life brought it full circle. I fulfilled my dream of becoming a writer, publishing my book, Living Without Fear, and last year he fulfilled his own dream when I published his memoirs, the book that is now being read in the elderly home and beyond. I cannot describe the pride I feel. I'm proud of him. I'm proud of us. Through all the hardship, through all the pain, my father has shaped me. He made me strong. He made me search for deeper meaning in life. He forced me, sometimes painfully, to become more authentic. And after my mom's death, when I thought he was lost to me forever, I see now that life still had another chapter for us. And this is what I want to tell you, my dear listeners. Even when it looks like there is no hope, even when someone you love seems completely lost, it is never too late. Change is possible. I admit, a few months ago, I gave up. I let go of my father in my heart. I said goodbye to the kind, caring version of him that I carried in my memory. And when he was mean to me, I tried to hold on to that version in my mind, even if I couldn't see it in front of me anymore. But now, as I watch him reading his books on philosophy, smiling with joy, talking with new clarity, I feel like I have my father back. And this time, I cherish him even more. Hope is always the better choice than despair. Always. And if you're going through something similar, If someone you love seems unreachable, please hold on. Keep hope alive. Because sometimes change comes quietly, like a seed breaking open in the dark, and suddenly there it is, a green shoot, a new beginning. Today, I'm full of gratitude, and above all, I am full of joy. If you feel called to work with me, please reach out. I would love to help you break through old patterns and step into your power with ease and love. Thank you for letting me share this very personal story with you. It means so much to me to know that my voice reaches your heart. Until next week, keep living without fear.